IEEE standards. So here the Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers publishes several widely accepted local area network recommended standards. So these standards are collectively known as IEEE 802. So these are the different standards. So here IEEE 802.1 high level interface, 802.2 logical link control, 802.3 Ethernet, 802.4 token bus, and 802.5 token ring, and 802.6 metropolitan area networks, 802.7 broadband LAN, 802.8 fiber optic LAN, 802.9 integrated data and voice network, 802.10 security, 802.11 wireless network. So in this syllabus, we have 802.3 Ethernet and 802.11 wireless network and 802.16 that is broadband wireless. Okay. So now we discuss. First we discuss 802.11. So here wireless LAN protocols. So here wireless LAN stands for wireless local area network. Wireless LAN stands for wireless local area network. It is also called as local area wireless network, LAWN. Okay, WLAN is also called as LAWN, local area wireless network. Here, wireless local area network is one in which a mobile user can connect to local area network through a wireless connection. Here, local area wireless network is a mobile user or a laptop user can connect to local area network through a wireless connection. So these are the different wireless LAN protocols: 802.11a, 802.11b, 802.11g, and last one 802.11n. So first one 802.11a. So this protocol supports very high transmission speeds of 54 Mbps. Here 802.11a protocol supports very high transmission speeds of 54 Mbps, and here it has a high frequency of 5 GHz range. Here 802.11a has a frequency range of 5 GHz, and it implements orthogonal frequency division multiplexing, OFDM. Here 802.11a implements orthogonal frequency division multiplexing. Next one 802.11b. So this protocol operates within the frequency range of 2.4 GHz and supports 11 Mbps. Here 802.11b supports high transmission speed of 11 Mbps and frequency range of 2.4 GHz. So 802.11a 54 Mbps 5 GHz, 802.11b 11 Mbps 2.4 GHz, and here 802.11b implements the carrier sense multiple access with collision avoidance, CSMA/CA. 802.11b implements the carrier sense multiple access with collision avoidance, CSMA/CE. Next 802.11g. So this protocol combines the features of 802.11a and 802.11b. Here 802.11g combines the features of 802.11a and 802.11b. And here 802.11g, it supports both frequency range of 5 GHz, that is of the 11a, and 2.4 GHz, that is of the 11b. Okay. And it is more expensive for the implementation. Okay, your implementation is very high expensive. Next, last one 802.11n. Last one is 802.11n. So this one is upgraded version of 802.11g. Here 802.11n is upgraded version of 802.11g. So here 802.11n is also called as wireless n. Wireless n, and it provides very high bandwidth up to 600 Mbps. Here it provides very high bandwidth up to 600 Mbps. And the implementation of 802.11n is also very expensive. So these are the different wireless LAN protocols or different versions of 802.11. Okay. Now we discuss this 802.11 architecture. Here, this one is the 802.11 architecture. So here 802.11 is wireless LAN. Okay. That means a mobile user or a laptop user can connect to wireless connection. A mobile user or a laptop user can connect to the local area network through the wireless connection. So that's why wireless local area network. So yet this architecture consists of different components. So those components are first one station here: STA1, STA2, STA3, STA4, STA5, STA6, STA7. Okay, this is the first component, that is station. So your station comprises of all devices and equipment that are connected to the wireless local area network. Your stations are the devices that are connected to wireless local area network. So there are two types of stations. There are two types of stations. One is access point here, wireless access point. One is access point. So here access point are generally wireless routers that form the base stations or access. Here access points are similar to routers. Okay. Here access points are generally wireless routers. And next, second type of stations here, STA1 and STA5 are access points. So here STA1 and STA5 are the routers, wireless routers. And remaining STA2, STA3, STA4, STA6 and STA7 are the clients. So your clients are the workstations, computers and laptops and smartphones. So there are two types of stations. One is access point and second one is a client. So your access point is a wireless router and client is a mobile phone or laptop. These are the two types of stations. And next, second component, basic service set. Here second component is the basic service set. Basic service set. So this basic service set is a group of stations communicating at the physical layer level. Here basic service set. Here in this diagram there are two basic service set. So here first basic service set is a group of station 1, station 2, station 3, station 4. Second basic service set is a group of stations 5, 6 and 7. There are two types of BSS. Once again there are two types of BSS. So infrastructure BSS and second one independent BSS. Here BSS can be two categories depending upon the mode of operation. Infrastructure BSS, second one independent BSS. So infrastructure BSS means the devices communicate with the other devices through the access points. The devices communicate with the other devices through the access points. And next, second one, independent BSS. Here the devices communicate in a peer-to-peer basis in an ad hoc manner. Here the devices communicate in a peer-to-peer basis in an ad hoc manner. So these are the two types of BSS. Next, third component here, extended service set, ESS. It is a set of all connected BSS. Here extended service set is a set of all connected BSS. Suppose here ESS means BSS, here first BSS and second BSS. Okay. Next, distribution system. It connects access points in ESS. Next, last component, distribution system. It connects access point. See here, this distribution system DS connects this access point, that is station 1, and this access point, that is station 5. So your distribution system connects access points in the extended service set. So these are the different components in the 802.11 architecture. Next one, 802.11 frame format. Here next one, 802.11 frame format, IEEE 802.11 MAC frame format. So here the MAC layer frame consists of 9 fields. So first field here, frame control, second one duration, third one address 1, fourth one address 2, fifth one address 3, and sixth SC sequence control, and 7 address 4, 8 data, 9 CRC. So this 802.11 MAC frame structure consists of 9 fields. So first field is frame control. So this frame control once again having the 11 subfields. Here protocol version, type, subtype, 2DS, from DS, more flag, retry, power management, more data, wired equivalent privacy, and last one order. So here frame control is a 2 bytes long field here. Here frame control is 2 bytes long field. Okay. So here frame control defines type of the frame and some control information. Here frame control defines type of the frame and some control information. So here 2 bytes. So frame control is of the 2 bytes means here 16 bits. See here 2 plus 2 plus 4 plus 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, total here 16 bits. So this frame control is having the 11 subfields. So first one is protocol version. So this protocol version is 2-bit long field which indicates the current protocol version which is fixed to be 0 for now. So here protocol version indicates the current protocol version. Next, second one, type. So it is a 2-bit long field which determines the function of frame. Here type of the frame. Here it is a 2-bit long field which determines function of frame, that is management frame or control frame or data frame. So if 2 bits are 0, 0 management frame, if 2 bits are 0, 1 control frame, if 2 bits are 1, 0 data frame, okay, if 2 bits are 1, 1, then that is reserved. Next one, third one, subtype. So your subtype is 4-bit long field which indicates subtype of the frame. For example, 4 zeros for association request. Next, 2DS. Here distribution system. DS means distribution system. 2DS from DS. Here 2DS. So it is 1-bit long field which is set to 1. That is destination frame is for distribution system. That is frame is going to the distribution system. Frame is transferred to destination system. Okay, distribution system, that is destination. Next, from DS, it is 1-bit long field which when set indicates frame is coming from distribution system. Okay, here 2DS means frame is going to distribution system. From DS means frame is coming from distribution system. Okay, if 2DS is set, that is here set means is set to 1, 2DS set to 1, then frame is coming to distribution system. From DS, if it is set, then frame is coming from distribution system. Next one, more frag, that is more fragments. It is 1-bit long field which when set to 1 means frame is followed by other fragments. Here, suppose sender send the frame, that frame is followed by some other fragments also. Next, retry. It is also 1-bit long field if the current frame is retransmission of an earlier frame. Retry means if the current frame is a retransmission of an earlier frame, then this bit is set to 1. Here retry bit is set to 1 if the current frame is an retransmission of an earlier frame. Okay, suppose you send the frame that is already sent by the sender. Okay, so then this bit is set to 1, retransmission of frame, then retry bit is set to 1. Next one, power management. It is 1-bit long field which indicates the mode of station after successful transmission of a frame. After successful transmission of a frame, this bit is set to 1 means the station goes into power save mode. Suppose the transmission is completed, sender send the frame to receiver, okay, and the transmission is successful, then this bit is set to 1. Then the station goes into the power save mode. And if the field is set to 0, the station stays active. Okay, if power management bit is set to 1, then the station goes into power save mode. If this bit is set to 0, then the station stays active. Next one, more data. So it is 1 bit long field which is used to indicate the receiver that sender has more data to send than the current frame. That means sender has more data to send than the current frame. Next, wired equivalent privacy WEP. It is 1 bit long field which indicates the standard security mechanism of 802.11 is applied. So your wired equivalent privacy is the standard security mechanism that is applied to this 802.11 standard. Next one, last one, order. So it is 1 bit long field. If this bit is set to 1, then the received frames must be processed in a sequential order or strict order. Last one is order. It is 1 bit long field. If this bit is set to 1, the received frames must be processed in a sequential order or strict order. So these are all our subfields of the frame control. Okay. So this is the first field in 802.11 frame format, that is frame control. So this first field frame control has the 11 subfields: protocol version, type, subtype, 2DS, from DS, more frag, retry, power management, more data, wired equivalent privacy, and last one, order. Next, second one, duration. It is 2 bytes long field which contains the value indicating the period of time in which the medium is occupied. That means how much time the transmission occurs between the sender and receiver. That is duration. Next one, address. Here address 1, address 2, address 3, and address 4. 4 addresses. So addresses 1 to 4. These are 6 bytes long field each, which contains standard IEEE 802 MAC address. Okay, that is 48 bit each. Here 6 bytes. 6 bytes means 48 bit. So here these addresses contain standard IEEE 802 MAC addresses. That is, each MAC address is of 48 bit. Next one, SC, sequence control. So it is 16 bits long field here, 2 bytes, that is 16 bits long field, which consists of 2 subfields. One is sequence number, that is of 12 bits. Out of 16 bits, 12 bits of sequence number, and remaining 4 bits are of fragment number. Here sequence number is used to filter the duplicate frames. Next one, data. So it is a variable length field which contains information specific to individual frames. Here data is actual data that is transferred to the receiver. And last one, CRC, cyclic redundancy check. Here cyclic redundancy check is a 4 bytes long field which contains, here 4 bytes means 32 bit. So which contains a 32 bit CRC error detection sequence to ensure the error-free frame. Here CRC is the error detection technique to ensure that error-free frame that is transferred to the receiver. So this is about IEEE 802.11 frame format. 802.16. So here 802.16 IEEE, so Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers that lays down the specifications for wireless broadband technology. So here 802.16 is a set of standards defined by IEEE that lays down the specifications for wireless broadband technology. So here 802.16 defines wireless broadband technology. Okay, wireless broadband technology. So it has been commercial as WiMAX, that is WI Max. Here W worldwide, I interoperability, for Max means microwave access. Here WiMAX is responsible for delivery of wireless broadband access. Now we discuss this architecture, 802.16 architecture. See here, a user station. So here, two types of user stations, mobile station and subscriber station. Okay, here two types of user stations, mobile station and subscriber station. So here mobile station means here mobile station receives service while they are in a motion within the range of WiMAX. For example, WiMAX equipped vehicle. Here mobile stations receive while they are in a moving condition within the range of WiMAX. For example, WiMAX equipped vehicle. Next, second user station is here subscriber station. So here subscriber station are stationary in some fixed location. Here subscriber stations are the stationary in some fixed location. For example, broadband internet for homes and offices. BSNL broadband for homes and offices. Okay, wireless BSNL broadband for homes and offices. So these are the two stations, mobile stations and subscriber station. Here, these are the two user stations. So here user stations connect wirelessly to the base station. Here, base station. User station connects wirelessly to the base station. Okay, and that base station is connected to the backbone network of broadband service provider. Here, base station. This base station is connected to the backbone network of the broadband service provider. Okay, so this backbone network is connected to the internet. Suppose here mobile station or subscriber station is your mobile or laptop. Okay, so it's connected to the, this is the tower. Okay, suppose some BSNL tower. Okay, and that tower is connected to the backbone network at the exchange, BSNL exchange. Okay, so that exchange is connected to the internet. So your mobile station or subscriber station is connected to the base station. That base station is connected to the backbone network. That backbone network is connected to the internet. So this is IEEE 802.16 architecture. Here IEEE 802.16 defines wireless broadband LAN. So here wireless broadband. IEEE 802.16 defines wireless broadband technology. So it has been commercialized as worldwide interoperability for microwave access, that is WiMAX. Here WiMAX is responsible for delivery of wireless broadband access. So this is the 802.16 architecture. So this architecture first consists of two user stations, mobile station and subscriber station. Here user station is divided into two types, mobile station and subscriber station. So mobile station means mobile station receive services while they are in motion within the range of WiMAX. For example, WiMAX equipped vehicle. Here mobile station receives services while they are in motion, while they are in the moving condition within the range of WiMAX. Example, WiMAX equipped vehicle. Second user station is subscriber station. Here they are in stationary in some fixed location. For example, broadband internet for homes and offices. See your user station, that is mobile station or subscriber station, connected to the base station, connected wirelessly to the base station. And that base station is connected to the backbone network. And that backbone network is connected to the internet. Okay. Here base station is connected to the backbone network of broadband service provider, and that backbone network is connected to the internet. This is 802.16 wireless broadband architecture. Wireless broadband architecture. Next one, protocol stack. This is the general structure of the IEEE protocol stack, IEEE 802.16 protocol stack. So here first layer, physical layer, second one data link layer, and remaining upper layers, network layer, and so on. Okay. So upper layers, the protocol is internet protocol, IP. Okay. And next one here, from the bottom, first one physical layer. So physical layer, there are two popular services, fixed WiMAX and mobile WiMAX. Here, worldwide interoperability for microwave access. Worldwide interoperability for microwave access. So first one here, fixed WiMAX, and next one, mobile WiMAX. So fixed WiMAX released in the 2003 year, and mobile WiMAX released in the 2005 year. So your version is 802.16a, and your version is 802.16e. So here we are using the orthogonal frequency division multiplexing. Here we are using the scalable orthogonal frequency division multiple access. And next one, second one, data link layer. So the data link layer in the 802.16 protocol consists of three sublayers: security sublayer, MAC common sublayer, and service specific convergence sublayer. The data link layer consists of three sublayers: security sublayer, MAC common sublayer, and service specific convergence sublayer. So first one here, security sublayer. First one, security sublayer. So this is the bottommost layer, and it is concerned with the security and privacy of the wireless network. The bottommost sublayer of the data link layer is security sublayer. This layer deals with the security and privacy of the wireless network, and also deals with the encryption and decryption and key management. Security sublayer deals with the encryption, decryption, and key management. And second one, MAC common sublayer. This MAC sublayer is concerned with the channel management, channel allocation. Okay. And last one, service specific convergence sublayer. So this layer is equivalent to logical link control layer of the other systems. Service specific convergence sublayer. This layer is equivalent to the logical link control LLC sublayer of the data link layer in ISO OSI reference model. So this is about IEEE 802.16 protocol stack.